Mark Rogers TV talking Miami football as the Canes entertain Georgia Tech Saturday afternoon, a game originally slated for a Thursday night affair on ESPN, but because of the hurricane a few weeks ago, it's now a Saturday afternoon at 3:30 Eastern time. We bring in Isaiah Kim Martinez from the Miami Hurricane. Isaiah, how you doing tonight?
Pretty good, Mark. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. What a game. What an ending. What a drive. And what an ending to a long, brutal, torturous series of late against Florida State, finally defeating the Noles in Tallahassee, this time 24-20. Kind of a sleepy game in terms of if you didn't have an investment in the game on either side, and we're just catching the game for entertainment value. Not much offensively. Trading counter punches, and then we had some explosiveness in the fourth quarter, and quite an ending as Miami ended the streak at 7.
Oh yeah, it was just pretty typical, especially in the past couple of years. Miami-Florida State game, very similar to last year, where you have a very defensive-minded matchup going on at first. Not a whole lot of offense going on. Not too exciting for the fans, at least from a scoring aspect. But then the second half, all that changes. Some big touchdowns made. Teams going back and forth, just like Miami, Florida State always do. You know, it always comes down to the wire, and Miami got the ball. They were the last one to get the ball with 1:24, and I really feel like the timing worked out for them getting the ball at that time, and they got the last say. So the rest is history.
Isaiah Kim Martinez joining us to break down Miami taking on Georgia Tech, but we definitely have to take a step back and look at this Florida State game. It was potentially monumental. We will see what the rest of 2017 holds, but certainly within the rivalry, a big win for the Canes. Malik Rosier, a big win for him, a statement game for him, a young quarterback trying to develop, trying to make his mark, and faced with that first crucial game-winning drive, not just against anyone, but against Florida State on the road. And he was able to come through in a game in which, if you look at the box score, didn't look overwhelming, but when he had to make the plays and the throws in the fourth quarter, and in particular, this particular drive, he came through.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely. I actually wrote a story on Rosier a couple days ago about that exact kind of storyline, exact kind of headline with him, is that, yes, he went 19-44. Yes, he missed passes high, left, right, below, any way you could think of it in that first half. And those first three quarters, actually, he had a hard time getting it on point, and the numbers were ugly, like Rick said. They weren't the prettiest ones, but when it comes down to it, in the big game, in the big moment, Rosier was there, and he hit the passes, and he got his guys in rhythm, and he made big plays. And to me, when you're talking about in the ACC, arguably the best conference in football, when you're playing these heavyweights like FSU, you know, like Virginia Tech, you got to have a guy that no matter what happens, I always like to say a guy with short-term memory, you know, a guy who doesn't always dwell on what's been happening before, but in those big moments can step up and make the plays. And I feel like that's something that Rosier has, and I think he has it. He has that. He's shown it against Duke, and he's shown it against FSU. When he has some struggles, he comes back even stronger, and I feel like that is one of the more important attributes for a quarterback who's leading this Miami team. And he has it, and he talked about it after the game. He told his offensive line, he's like, listen, if you guys give me the right protection, we're going to go down and we're going to score, I promise you. And a quarterback that says that and produces it, in my opinion, in my eyes, it means a lot.
It may turn out to be the takeaway that of this season in 2017, not only beating Florida State, beating them on the road, gaining that huge win in the ACC, but the development, the breakthrough of a quarterback, and obviously you need that guy to be the leader and somebody who's going to not wilt under pressure, but step up and make the plays needed in the big games. And Malik Rosier, we'll see if he continues to build upon this performance against Florida State in the last few drives.